beautiful people. Today, this presentation is for June National Rose Month, and it is the rose in ballet, healing power through beauty, symbolism, emotions, and spirituality. The rose is a beautiful flower that has existed since thousands of years. I love roses like many people and have this guide, Simon and Schuster's Guide to Roses, which is amazing, with the history of roses and many different kinds of roses. And here I learned that roses have existed almost as long as humans, and they are probably since 400,000 years ago. And there are fossils in France, in Germany, in Czechoslovakia, in Japan. And something interesting is that the rose is distributed in a strange way only found in the northern hemisphere, but roses do not grow in the wild in the southern hemisphere. So it's something with the climate. And there is a ballerina rose. Perhaps there is more than one type of ballerina rose, but this one is white, and this one was introduced in 1987, and it's a very beautiful white rose. And so, besides their beauty as flowers to have in gardens, in your home, in a vase, roses are a powerful symbol of love, passion, and beauty. And they also have healing properties when they are applied to the skin as cosmetics, in creams, rose water, toner. They are also the key substance in many amazing, exquisite fragrances, and they can be healing internally in the form of preserves or rose water. And now this article will explore in this video the healing properties of the rose in ballet through its symbolism, its effect on emotions, connection to your heart, and the ability to evoke spiritual connection. And all of this may be considered a form of positive psychiatry, and it will stimulate the function of the immune system in a positive way. It will regulate the functioning of the cardiovascular system, the breathing, and enhance cognition, concentration, improve mood, reduce anxiety, and reduce stress. And therefore, besides the beauty and the emotional impact, the rose contributes to the healing power of ballet, as well as to the storytelling and the connection to the audience, and it also improves the performance of the ballet dancers. So let me show you now the ways in which I think that the roses are amazing symbols in ballet and are powerful channels for healing and for spiritual connection. Maybe you have noticed that I always start my ballets with a beautiful rose. And this, in my experience, adds beauty, calmness. It motivates me to dance more beautifully and gracefully and to embody the beauty of the rose. And it adds another emotional layer to my ballet performance. And besides always starting with a rose, I have choreographed and danced several ballets, abstract ballets, or fantasy fairy tale, in which the rose is the central character and I dance a rose. You can see all of my ballets in my collection of fantasy and fairy tale ballets on YouTube, and let me just mention some of them. One is October Rose Ballet. This was for Breast Cancer Awareness Month because October is Breast Cancer Awareness. And pink is the color of breast cancer, and also dancing ballet has been found to improve well-being in patients with breast cancer after surgery. Another is Genevieve Pink Rose Ballet, where I'm dancing as a pink rose in the Royal Botanic Gardens queue. Another one is Genevieve in Pink Rose in Venice Ballet. And the new ballet that I danced and choreographed 2 days ago is Pink Rose Genevieve in Kensington Gardens. And I include a link to this ballet towards the end of the video. For this ballet, I chose music by the British composer Eric Coates, light classical music, Cinderella, a fantasy. And I thought this music is very suitable because the ballet takes place in Kensington Gardens, which is in England, and so a British composer, and because Kensington Gardens are part of Kensington Palace, they are royal gardens, and so Cinderella is about the prince and Cinderella. Another ballet is Adelaide Le Langage de Fleur, in which I use music by Maurice Ravel, Valses Nobles et Sentimentales, and I dance with roses. Another ballet is Sunflower in a Rose Ballet, and Red Rose Genevieve in Kensington Gardens Ballet. And there are several others. I'm thankful that there is an amazing florist nearby, Enchanted Flowers, where I can always find beautiful roses. And I would like to mention that besides the universal symbolism of roses, which is beauty, love, and passion, the different colors of the roses convey slightly different nuances to the symbolism. For example, the red rose conveys passionate romantic love. The pink roses convey more gentle love, grace, admiration. In the yellow roses, joy, friendship, and victory. In the white, innocence and pure love. And so, besides that I love dancing my ballets with a rose, there are many classical ballets which have roses in them. And it is not surprising because ballets originally started as very romantic, and the rose is a symbol of romance. And we shall see now how the rose adds to the storytelling and expresses the emotions of the ballet more vividly to the audience. One of the ballets is the well-known romantic ballet Giselle, and in Act 2, after Giselle's spirit emerges from her grave and she dances with her beloved Count Albrecht, she looks at him lovingly and presents him with white roses. And so the white roses here symbolize the pure, innocent, enduring love of Giselle, who saves Count Albrecht and loves him even though he has not been truthful and didn't tell her that he's already engaged. And so here I'm reminded of the quote, "A little fragrance always clings to the hand that gives the roses," a Chinese proverb. And then, with sorrow, Count Albrecht gathers the flowers, including the roses from Giselle, and he presses them to his heart and to his lips, and this demonstrates his deep regret for his actions and his love for Giselle. And so the roses have a symbolic representation, especially the white roses. They symbolize the sacred and pure love. And they also add to the ethereal and romantic atmosphere of the supernatural realm where Giselle's spirit resides. And roses are featured in some of the choreographies of the well-known romantic ballet Romeo and Juliet. One of them is Kenneth Macmillan's version. And as we know, in the original play by William Shakespeare, Juliet remarks, "A rose by any other name," what's in a rose? "A rose by any other name would smell as sweet." She's implying that the essence of a thing is independent of its name, referring to the name of Romeo Montague, and the Montagues are enemies of the Capuletti Juliet family. Roses are featured also in Christopher Wheeldon's ballet Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. In line with the novel from Lewis Carroll, where the gardeners are painting rose bushes white. However, unfortunately, the Queen of Hearts detests this color, so she orders their execution. And so, another ballet in which roses are permanently featured is the beautiful romantic ballet Sleeping Beauty. And particularly in Act 1, the Rose Adagio, where Princess Aurora dances with 4 suitors, each of whom presents her with a rose, which is a symbol of their love and admiration. And it is known that Princess Aurora is called by the good fairies Briar Rose to protect her from the evil Maleficent. And therefore we see that roses are featured as powerful symbols that invoke emotions and spiritual connection in many well-known classical ballets. And I want to say in conclusion, as I already mentioned, that roses have an effect on the peripheral nervous system, autonomic nervous system, the central nervous system. They improve the breathing, the heart rate, the heart function, learning and memory, and reduce stress. Besides being powerful, beautiful symbols. And this is positive psychiatry in action when people focus on the positive emotions and hope. And there are science studies which show in Japan that in the workplace, looking at roses just for 10 minutes by office workers decreases increased heart rate and pulse and regulates their breathing and reduces stress, which is very important, especially in busy cities. And now, after we have explored the amazing role of roses in ballet, I invite you to reflect on your own what roses in the different colors mean to you, and which colors are your favorite, connect to your heart and spirit, and perhaps to dance or watch your own ballet with a rose. Thank you. Enjoy the beautiful month of June, National Rose Month. Dance and be well. Now I invite you to click on the link provided and to see